We are gonna have a treat today. We are gonna take a look at this Miguron Knives Velona. And wait till you hear the price because I was shocked. But before we get into it any further, you guys know what time it is. Turn on the volume because here comes a little bit of music. When I saw this on Jared's channel, I was really excited about getting it in hand, and the fact he sent it this last time is great. It's in a steel that I was interested in, and the knife itself is amazing. So go give Jared a follow. I'm not going to bother putting his thing up. You guys have seen his logo. Go give Jared a follow and go check out this company. This is going to be interesting. So this is that Miguron Knives Velona. This is a game changer, in my opinion, when it comes to some of these budget knives. This thing it's really, really well done. Wait till you hear the price point a little bit later. So this is in DC 53 steel. We're gonna have a little pop-up during the tabletop when I start talking about it. So let's not mess around with this any further. Let's turn this around and take a good look at it from above, because I literally just looked up the specs tonight. Just finished the live feed a little bit ago. Just looked up the specs tonight on this, and I was interested in the steel, and I looked it up, and so there's so many things that this knife has going for it. So it's attractive, and it's a really nice carry. So let's go ahead, turn this around, get some specs, get some size, get some weight, and all that stuff, and just talk about this knife from above. Guys, we have more lights for this video, so there shouldn't be any shadows. This is that Miguron Knives Velona, and I forgot to grab the frickin' notebook. Guys, this is that Miguron Velona that came in from Jared. As you can see, I have better lighting. Hopefully this is going to help. We have lighting all the way around, so we should be able to get a better look at this. Now, I took this to 8,000 grit, and it has held up great. I really like this knife, but let's get some specs and stuff out of the way before we get too far into it. So this, you are looking at a 9-inch overall length. This is a big knife. It doesn't carry like a big knife, though. So you're looking at 4.22-inch flat ground drop point blade, PVD coated in DC 53. Now, I'm going to drop in right here the info about the DC 53 steel. So as you saw in that screenshot, it's an interesting steel. It's a lot like D2, but it takes a harder edge. It's easier to work. It definitely is easy to sharpen, and it seems to take and hold a pretty good edge. So at any rate, they have the blade stock thickness on this listed at 0.145. So I already just zeroed these out with my feeler gauges, 0.145. I'm not pushing on that real hard. 149. That's pretty close. Let's go ahead and look at the behind the edge thickness. Now, this is going to be kind of deceptive because right behind the edge you're looking at 0.043, but that's right behind Jared's edge. Now, what has happened is Jared laid this edge back, and then I gave it pretty much a convex. So it's going to be hard to judge what the behind the edge thickness is on this. But with that convex that Jared and I both had done, it cut incredibly well. So handles. So when you look at the rest of the construction, you are looking at a 4.17-inch handle length. I'm sorry, that's not right. It is a 4.65 handle length G10 liner lock, steel liners, and it runs on ceramic bearings. And they have the weight listed at 139 grams. So we're going to have to figure out what it weighs in freedom units. So they said 139 grams. Let's just go ahead here. Look at that, 138. My scale is not the most accurate, even though Nick Shabazz has certified it. In ounces, you are looking at 4 7/8. Let's make sure that's still zeroed. 4 7/8 ounces. So let's go ahead and get this out of the way. right, guys, let's go ahead and get to the actual knife. This thing is incredibly well done for the price point they have it at, which I'm going to save that for a little bit. The action on this, incredibly smooth. Flipper actuator, you can use the fuller on it as a flipper tab. This is a PVD coating, so I don't know what black they used for the PVD, so that you guys know, I've went through this before, but PVD is a process, not a coating. You can use PVD to do a lot of different coatings. It is the process that they use to coat it. The coating on it is pretty good. It has held up. I did a lot of cutting with it. It held up really well. I had to sharpen this a couple times. Currently at 8,000 grit on this, and it is terrifyingly sharp and aggressive. The steel on this is amazing. In hand, this thing does not feel like a 9-inch knife. This feels really nimble, really light. The balance on it is great. In pocket, it carries so well. You do have a lanyard hole back here. Not a fan of the lanyard hole. Did not have any problems with it though, even though it's not been chamfered or rounded. It's not sharp. Did not have any issues with the pocket clip and carry. It doesn't have really any hot spots. When I first got it and we did the first day in pockets, I mentioned that I thought this would bother me. Did not. It feels unusual at first. Once you get used to it, not a problem at all for that liner to stand up proud. I wish that the scales kind of married up against this, but you know, not everybody likes it that way. Not every company is going to do it the same way. And it gives it an interesting look where you can follow that liner all the way up. Shadow box scales. The G10 on it is aggressive, but not like pocket shredding aggressive. Get a little pop of color there around that pivot. Now, in use, this knife cut incredibly well. It slid through everything. And I think it's because the edge that Jared laid this angle back. I think if it was a little, I think the factory edge on this probably was a good bit blunter. I don't think it would have cut as well. It is relatively thick behind the edge, but it does cut really, really well. So in hand, I had zero issues with this. You know, I've got big hands. This is just a comfortable knife. I've gotten to where I like some smaller knives, but this really, like I said, does not carry or feel like a large knife. When you see it, you're like, oh, that's a big knife. But then you carry it and you're like, it's nimble and light and balanced really well. And the blade shape is just about perfect. And it's attractive. Look at the little, like, I love how that fuller comes up all the way to the end and then just gives you, it almost gives it a harpoon look to it as you look down the blade. Beautiful, beautiful knife. I'm so impressed with this. So guys, I have to tell you the price on this. Right now on Miguron's website, this knife is $49. It's $59.99 regular price. So I just can't wrap my head around how good this is at $59 regular price. It is incredible. The action on it is action that I would expect on a much more expensive knife. The steel is great. I have to say that this steel, I wish more people were making knives out of this steel. I do dig this knife. That steel, it reminds me a lot. It has the qualities I like in 14C and also the qualities I like in D2. It's a dream to sharpen. It's easy to sharpen. It holds its edge really well. The only reason I've had to resharpen it is I got aggressive with it, and I am going to have to touch it up when I send back to Jared. I got into something again. I enjoy using it so much that I got aggressive with cutting things. It worked in the kitchen. It worked in pocket. I carried it in track pants because it's not that heavy. You guys saw it's for a 9-inch knife. It's what I said, it was 4 ounces, something like that. It's 139 grams, not heavy, and just it's just a dream to play with. I'm so stoked about this knife. If you can find one, I highly recommend getting one. The Miguron Velona. I could keep going about this knife all day, but we don't have that kind of time. So let's turn this around and do some final thoughts. Like I said at the table, guys, $59.99. It's on sale right now for $49. Unfortunately, it's out of stock. So I don't see how you can really go wrong with this. The steel on it just by itself makes it something I want. So guys, that's it on this one. If you like the videos, give them a thumbs up. If you don't like them, give them a thumbs down, but please try to tell me why. I can't change the content if you don't tell me what you don't like. I use it as a metric to change the content and avoid certain videos. If you want to support the channel, it's as simple as, like I always say, just share the channel with someone you think would enjoy the content. The best way to support any channel is to like, subscribe, and share the content. But if you do want to support the channel financially, there's a lot of ways you can do it. Down in the description below, I have a lot of stuff. I have a membership tab that gets you early access to videos, exclusive content, exclusive giveaways, premium tier sharpening tutorial, and you save $5 per knife on my sharpening service. I have a ton of affiliate links down below. Anything you purchase through those affiliate links, I get a portion of the proceeds, and you don't get charged anything extra. They just pay me because I brought it to you. And the final way is I have a merchandise store on Ember Shirt Co. Anything you buy on Ember Shirt Co., I've built you a coupon code that saves you 10% at checkout. That coupon code is CrazySharp, capital C, capital S, all one word, CrazySharp. And if you buy merch and you send me pictures of you wearing it, I'll start putting it in the videos. Guys, that's it. That's all the stuff I've got. I love you all. Keep it clean in the comments section. It makes it much easier for me to moderate the channel. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. And I will see you in the next video.